From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Tuesday morning. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We are live at 6 a.m. and it has been quite a gloomy and a rainy overnight. We've had some thunder, some lightning, and a whole lot of rainfall. Showers and storms still moving through the area. Any sort of stronger storms remaining 2 hours south this morning, but we are still waking up to a gloomy and dreary start to your Tuesday, so be sure not to forget the rain gear for today. You will certainly need it. Let's go ahead and take a look at current radar. Our radar network looking at a broad overview of our viewing area extended. We are seeing a few severe thunderstorm warnings into parts of East Alabama. However, in the local area, again, we're just dealing with a couple lightning bolts. Otherwise, still some moderate to heavy rainfall. We'll go ahead and zoom into parts of Northwest Alabama. And we can go ahead and switch radar sites to Birmingham. We're having some issues with the Huntsville radar right now, but still looking at just some moderate to heavy rain showers. In fact, no lightning strikes over the last 15 minutes in our viewing area, but still some again, moderate to heavy rainfall into parts of Lawrence County in Alabama, as well as Morgan County. Still looking like we're going to be dealing with that for the next little bit. Otherwise, some light to moderate showers into the rest of North Alabama. We'll go ahead and switch radar sites over to Nashville and move up to southern middle Tennessee. Still, again, looking at some dry counties at this time. We're looking at Hardin County as dry, much of Wayne County dry as well, much of Lewis County dry, the western, or I should say northwestern half of Murray County looking dry as well. Otherwise, everybody else experiencing some steady rain showers, some moderate to heavy rainfall still moving through parts of southern Lawrence County in Tennessee. Loretto, it looks like the rain just started to ease up for you folks. I'll put this into motion as well. Again, this glob of rain still continuing to move pretty much from west to east, but again, still just dealing with that moderate to heavy rainfall this morning. Not looking severe by any means here in the local viewing area, which is some fantastic news for this morning. We'll go ahead and switch over to our graphics for the rest of this live weather show here at 6 a.m. We're looking at reduced visibility, and no wonder, because there's plenty of heavy rainfall moving through the viewing area at this time. So reduced visibility into the eastern half of our viewing area, again, due to that rainfall currently ongoing, moderate to heavy, a couple inches, 1 to 2 inches already falling in parts of the viewing area. Otherwise, we're still clearing out to the west. However, we are not completely out of the woods for the rest of today. Winds are also very, very breezy out there, up to 30 miles an hour. That gust clocking in Pulaski, Tennessee at about 29, as well as Lewisburg. So it is breezy as well. Winds gusting 20 to 30 miles an hour. In fact, Hardin County, Tennessee, you folks do have a wind advisory for today. So expect a breezy day, winds out of the south, expecting to warm us up back into the upper 60s to lower 70s, especially if we get a little bit of sunshine in between this morning round and some redeveloping storms that we are expecting later on this morning as well as into the afternoon. More on that here in just a moment, but temperatures are still on the warm side. We are looking at temperatures in the mid 50s, upper 50s, lower 60s into parts of Huntsville and the Rocket City. Otherwise, everybody else stuck in the mid to upper 50s. That rainfall has really worked to cool us off from the 60s back down into the 50s. Overlooking Lawrenceburg on our Arctic Air Sky Cam, you see plenty of wet pavement, wet parking lots. However, we are still continuing to see that rainfall move through. A wind out of the south blowing at about 14 miles an hour. Again, gusts up to 20 to 30 miles an hour. Temperatures in at the mid 50s here in Lawrence County, Tennessee. Some more wet pavement into Columbia. Again, still some lingering light showers there, but parts of Murray County starting to slowly dry out. Gusts from the southeast at 18 miles an hour this morning in Columbia. So again, a breezy start to the day. Overlooking Florence, again, wet pavement, some raindrops on the camera scene. Clouds in the area, still a gloomy start to the day as we continue to see rain and storms move through the Tennessee Valley, and we will continue to see showers and storms again later on this morning and afternoon. Now, this is something we've been talking about for the last few days. Today is not a day that we are expecting any sort of big time severe weather event by any means, but the Storm Prediction Center does have parts of our viewing area in a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe storms. This is for any potentially redeveloping storms later on this morning into the afternoon. So I do want to make that clear. We're not expecting any severe storms out of this rainy mess that we have been dealing with over the last several hours. But that level 1 out of 5 risk for much of North Alabama into parts of eastern Lauderdale County, and then pretty much everybody else southeastward of that, and then just a small sliver of southern middle Tennessee, including Lincoln County and including the southeastern portion of Giles County and the very, very, very far southeastern corner of Lawrence County. Again, don't pay too much attention to these lines. We are going to see storms redevelop pretty much throughout the southeastern half of our viewing area later on this afternoon. Do they have a good chance of becoming strong to severe? No, the chance is low, but the chance is not completely zero. We could see some gusty winds. Again, we're already going to see breezy conditions outside of any thunderstorms. We could see some small hail and can't completely rule out a tornado risk, just not a main concern by any means later on this afternoon. You see here on our Futurecast model still showers and storms around into the mid-morning hours. Again, we will be watching this pretty much the southeastern quadrant of our viewing area for any sort of stronger storms to maybe low and severe. Again, not looking likely, not looking like a big severe weather day by any means, just something we can't completely ignore. So we will be watching radar later on this morning and afternoon, and of course we will be live with any sort of severe weather coverage should that be needed. I'm just not quite convinced that it will be, but of course we just can't completely ignore what's going on heading into the later into the morning and afternoon. Again, much of the thunderstorm activity for the far northwestern portion of our viewing area should be over with. However, we will see some more showers later on, but again, still dealing with some thunderstorms tracking through parts of North Alabama into parts of Madison County, Limestone County, Morgan County, and maybe even into parts of Lawrence County again throughout the early afternoon. But then by mid to late afternoon, we should see that thunderstorm chance get on out of here. Maybe a few lingering showers, not expecting thunder and lightning with these, but just some spotty showers as that front moves through and works to cool off our temperatures back down into the mid 40s heading into your Wednesday morning. That cold air will come with a punch as we head into the overnight. Breezy conditions as well. Maybe a shower or two for your Wednesday morning. Otherwise, we start our drying trend just in time for one of the biggest travel days of the year on Wednesday leading up into Thanksgiving. High pressure gets closer and closer, eliminating any sort of cloud cover and of course any sort of rain chance, not only here in the Tennessee Valley, but for the entire southeastern United States. A fantastic travel day. Again, it just will be a little bit on the chillier side thanks to that cold front moving through and winds out of the north. On Thanksgiving Day on Thursday, high pressure large and in charge for the Tennessee Valley as well as the southeastern United States. So if you're traveling on Thursday, you should be good to go. No hazards expected in terms of the weather. Mostly sunny conditions and dry conditions for much of the country. In fact, not only the southeastern United States. On Friday, we still have high pressure nearby, maybe a few more clouds, but still looking pretty nice, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. But again, those temperatures, they are going to be a little bit chilly, especially to what we have been used to for yesterday as well as today. We will be struggling to reach that 50-degree mark on Thanksgiving here in the Tennessee Valley. High temperature of 49 and a high temperature of 48 for Black Friday. I'll have those low temperatures here on the 7-day forecast in just a moment. So if you plan to go shopping, stay tuned for that 7-day forecast here in a moment. But the good news, no rainfall in the forecast Thanksgiving or Black Friday. So we catch a nice little break. At least we're getting this gloomy and dreary weather, all of this mess out of the way earlier before much of us head on out on the roads across the region. Of course, elevated rain chances for today as shower and storm chances do continue. Then we dry out Wednesday, looking dry Thursday through Friday, looking dry as well. The first half of Saturday looks dry as well before our next shower and storm chance returns overnight Saturday into Sunday. So again, shower and storm chances do continue throughout the rest of this morning and afternoon, eventually waning off later on into the late afternoon into the early evening. Maybe a few lingering rain showers, very spotty in nature. Otherwise, temperatures getting up into the upper 60s to lower 70s, especially if we see a little bit of sunshine, and that could play a role in the strength of the storms that we see this afternoon. But again, looking like any sort of severe weather threat will stay to our south, but of course we will be watching just in case. For today, gloomy, soggy as rainfall continues. Wednesday, much cooler into the mid 50s, and check out the low temperatures Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night, well below freezing, down into the upper 20s Wednesday night, Thanksgiving night into the mid 20s. You know what that means, Black Friday shoppers, doorbusters. We need to bundle up and layer up. Temperatures in the mid 20s for Friday morning, not warming up too much more by the afternoon, still needing to layer up for Friday afternoon if you're heading out to the stores. But we are looking, again, dry, sunny, so that is our trade-off. Colder temperatures, but hey, no rainfall or any sort of precip to worry about Wednesday through Friday. Even much of Saturday is looking dry. Rain does return though Saturday into Sunday, so if you are traveling back throughout the region, Saturday would be the better day to do so, but I think you will be just fine if you do decide to travel Sunday as well. But just know Wednesday through Friday looking fantastic for travel, not only here in the Tennessee Valley, but throughout the entire southeastern United States. That's a check at your local weather forecast this morning. Don't forget to grab your rain gear and your umbrella before you head out the door this morning. I'll be back at 8 a.m. with your next weather update.